Hacker.
Talk about a fried egg. I lasted about 5 minutes out there. I said, to heck with this. I'll do this in the morning. And I don't have any inside information. The lady that did it, she got in there. She made it happen.
And he doesn't shy away from opinion.
And I do enjoy drinking cold beer at ballparks. So if that makes me a baseball fan, then I'm a diehard baseball fan.
It's Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Oh, yeah. It has been a long, long journey through free agency, through the draft, OTAs, mini camps, training camp, the preseason, and finally, in about the next 20 to 25 minutes, the regular season in 2025 has arrived in the National Football League. They are raising a banner tonight in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Cowboys and the Eagles, the first of 272 NFL regular season games, will kick off in a matter of moments. A very good NFL kickoff Thursday evening to you, Jacksonville. It is Hacker After Dark, 1010XL 92.5 FM with Dylan Denmark. The Hacker Ryan Green with you. Glad you are with us. We are absolutely loaded tonight until 10 o'clock. It's going to be basically all NFL for the first 90-plus minutes. I was inside the Jaguar locker room earlier on, had conversations with running back Bashal Tutin, tight end Johnny Munt, defensive lineman Austin Johnson. You will hear those conversations this evening. Former Jaguar wide receiver Cecil Shorts will stop by. We'll get Cecil every Thursday during the year here on Hacker After Dark, and he will make his first stop to preview the Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers. We will also go to Charlotte, North Carolina later on tonight and talk to the Mac Attack, Chris McLean, WFNZ in Charlotte. Formerly, years ago, was on the ball here in Jacksonville, but we'll have Chris on to give the Carolina Panthers point of view on this game coming up on Sunday afternoon, a game that you will hear right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM, a 1 o'clock kick. Pregame coverage will begin at 8 a.m. Sunday morning here on the radio station. And as Baloo mentioned there during the 2-minute drill, we will have the debut of the fifth quarter. Live from Hurricane Grill and Wings in San Marco, myself, the Pro Bowler Leon Searcy, and the coach Gerald Ingram, 2 hours after the Jaguars and the Panthers go final, we will have the debut of the fifth quarter here in 2025. NFL predictions coming up. Cecil Shorts coming up. My Jaguar locker room one-on-ones coming up, all in hour number one. But as we kick it off tonight here on Hacker After Dark, it's my final Hacker After Dark until the Jaguars and the Panthers on Sunday. I've shared with you a lot of thoughts this week. I got some final thoughts and a prediction now, because we always do a big deal of the night to start things out here on Hacker After Dark. And Dylan Denmark, let's do that right now.
Time now for the big deal of the night.
What's the big deal?
What is the big deal?
No big deal.
It is a big deal.
On Hacker After Dark.
You know, I've never been confused for being ultra positive Jaguars are going to win this game easy kind of guy. Because why would you be? The Jaguars haven't had anything easy for a long, long, long time. And maybe easy is not the right word, but I look at this game on Sunday between the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and this has been my thought all week. You have to play an NFL football team on Sunday, right? That's kind of the rules. If you're an NFL team, week one of the regular season, you got to play another NFL team, right? I'm not breaking any news there. And if you had to handpick a team for the Jaguars to play week one right here at home at Everbank Stadium, wouldn't Carolina be awfully, awfully high on that list? Yeah, you might take New Orleans over them. Maybe maybe the New York Jets over them. I could even see an argument for maybe the Tennessee Titans. But Carolina, to me, is a no doubt top 5. If you're handpicking an opponent that you think gives the Jaguars the best opportunity to start 1-0. It's a Carolina team that has issues at wide receiver. It's a Carolina team that has a banged-up offensive line. It's a Carolina team that was the worst in the NFL in rush defense last year. It's a Carolina team that gave up more points than any other team did in the NFL last year. It's a Carolina team that has a ton of new guys, free agents, rookies, and you're getting them in week 1 before they get their feet wet, before they get kind of established in their new roles. You combine all that, factor in the home field advantage, factor in opening day, factor in all the excitement about Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas and Trevor Lawrence, Liam Cohen's debut, Hines Allen, Trayvon Walker, the defensive line going up against a beat-up Carolina offensive line. You factor all of that in, ladies and gentlemen, the Jaguars have to win this football game. I believe they are going to win this football game relatively easy. Because if they don't, if you lose on Sunday at home on opening day to that Carolina team coming in here, the conversation we'll have on the 5th quarter and the conversation we'll have next week on every radio show on this station, you want to talk about the honeymoon being over. The honeymoon will crash land on Sunday afternoon if Jacksonville does not beat the Carolina Panthers. But I don't expect that to be the case. I think Jacksonville wins the game. And again, relatively speaking, by NFL standards, I think it'll be easy or on the easier side. Give me Jacksonville 30. Give me Carolina 13. And I think the Jaguars get off to a 1-0 start at Everbank Stadium here in 2025. Denmark, Jaguars, Panthers, Sunday, 1 o'clock. Who you got?
Jags by a field goal. I think 23-20. I think that's what's going to happen.
You have it much more competitive than I do. And you know what? At the end of the day, whether it's 30-13, whether it's 23-20, I don't care if it's 3-2. The Jaguars have got to have more points on the scoreboard than this Carolina Panther team. You literally could make the argument that this is the easiest game the Jaguars will have the entire year. There is an argument for that. You play the Jets, right? You play Tennessee twice. Check that. Do they play the Jets? I'm trying to do a quick thinking.
They play
here.
the Jets, yes.
They do play the Jets. I wanted to be sure
they
on
play
that.
the Jets, the Titans twice.
That's probably it.
That's about it for the teams that are projected to pick in the top 5 of the draft.
I mean, the Raiders in Las Vegas, the Cardinals, but no one on paper outside of the Jets and those 2 Tennessee games on paper is as bad as this Carolina team. So to me, they are instantly in the top 4 most winnable games of the year. One of those Titan games is in Nashville, so I'll take that one off the board. So this game against the Carolina Panthers should easily be one of your 2 or 3 most winnable games of the year. And again, if they don't win it, that would be a story. And that would be a bad, bad deal with games at Cincinnati, home Houston, at San Francisco, and home Monday night against Kansas City coming up in the next month. That's one game in week 1. Before they kick it off in Philadelphia, obviously we do it every year. We will go over this in January to see either how good or how poor Denmark and I do. We'll give you 4 division winners from each conference. We'll give you 3 wild cards from each conference. We'll give you a Super Bowl matchup, and we will give you a world champion. And yes, we don't cheat here. We will do the NFC East before kickoff up in Philadelphia between Dallas and the Eagles. But before we do that, the home of the Jacksonville Jaguars, 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Opening day, Everbank Stadium. The Liam Cohen debut. The Travis Hunter debut. Denmark, is it my understanding that we have a family 4-pack of tickets to give away to the Jaguars and the Panthers on Sunday at 1 o'clock?
That is correct.
Wow. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Opening day. First ever time Travis Hunter will step onto that field in a regular season environment. You want to go to the game? I would if I were you. Are you kidding? That's fantastic. You could be the king of your family or your buddies if you were to call into Hacker After Dark and win those tickets. And your opportunity to do that is right now. 641-1010 is the phone number. 641-1010. We'll make you earn it a little bit. Make Denmark do a little bit more. Game is on September 7th, so we will take caller 7. Caller 7 right now. You're going to the Jaguars and the Panthers with a family 4-pack, courtesy of 1010XL and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Our NFL season predictions next on Hacker After Dark.
When the defense delivers, victories pile up.
This is where you find out what you're made of on defense.
Superior Fence and Rail highlights the defensive player of the game.
Down he goes.
On 1010XL, Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Lee Brice. What do you know about that tour? Saturday, September 13th, St. Augustine Amphitheater. With special guests Ashley Cook and Louis Brice. Award-winning country sensation Lee Brice. On sale now at AXS.com. Don't miss Lee Brice Live.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On September 4th, 1994, Dan Marino throws for 5 touchdown passes and sets an NFL record with his 18th game of 4 or more touchdown passes.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Millard Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Millard Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Millard Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Millard Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Beards Diamonds is where Jacksonville shops for engagement rings and fine diamond jewelry. Hicken here, Beards Diamonds at the St. John Town Center. Stand out in a big way. They're local. The owners are part of the community. Say hi to the Lupos. For more than 40 years, the money spent at Beards doesn't go to Wall Street. It stays right here in our community. And here's the best part. You don't compromise on anything. Beards has the best selection of diamonds in Northeast Florida, hands down. All hand-picked by the local owner. They don't have to jack up prices to meet a corporate bottom line. Beards doesn't have commission salespeople. They have trusted advisors. Beards has all the top names in bridal jewelry like Decoria and Verragio. Beards guarantees to give you a better price, a better value, period. Listen, a lot of these chain jewelry stores are all owned by the same mega conglomerate. They may have different names, but they are all the same owner. Beards is your locally owned alternative. Beholden to the people of Jacksonville, right here, not Wall Street. Don't buy a diamond ring or any piece of jewelry without taking and talking to my friends at Beards. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has proudly served Jacksonville from the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard. From archery to hunting and fishing, they've got the gear, service, and know-how to get you outdoor ready. Stop by their full-service archery pro shop and check out their wide selection of firearms. And while you're there, sign up for their weekly concealed weapon classes. You can find it all at greenacresporting.com.
Jacksonville is my hometown and nobody knows roofing like me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We handle everything from repairs to full roof replacements, start to finish. We give honest quotes, use quality materials, and clean up like we were never there. We all look at Google reviews, so go ahead and check out ours. We're proud of all our 5-star ratings. I would say we treat you like family, but some people don't like theirs. Go to BrandonRoofing.com today to schedule your free roof quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
Jax is more than a city, beaches, suburbs, or a destination. We're a community that takes care of each other. I'm former Jaguar Tom McManus. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is dedicated to serving you with respect and integrity. We haul construction debris or property cleanouts for managers, owners, and realtors. We do it all. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We're here for you. We're veteran-owned and operated. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Yes, it is. Happy NFL kickoff to you. They're getting ready to go. Philadelphia and Dallas. Going to be kicking things off in less than 10 minutes in the city of brotherly love. NFL predictions. We'll give you our playoff teams. We'll give you our wild card teams, the Jaguar record, and our Super Bowl champion. What I like about this is we'll save the tape, and we'll see how we do. We'll repeat this in January. We'll play this, and we'll see how Denmark and I fared in the next 4.5 months in this wild, crazy long journey that is the National Football League season. All right, Denmark, let's strike up the band, get a little football music as we roll here, as the NFL is ready to kick off. Now, we will do the NFC East first, because I'm not going to be accused of cheating. They have not kicked off officially in Philadelphia yet. Philadelphia is going to win the NFC East. I don't think I'm going very much on a limb out there. Their only competitor in that division to me is Washington, and I think Washington is going to be good, but I don't think they will be as good as Philadelphia. So give me the Eagles in the NFC East to repeat as division champions.
Philly wins the division. Washington takes a step back from a year ago, but Philly wins this division.
All right, so we both have Philadelphia. AFC East. Again, I mean, how can you pick against the Buffalo Bills? With every other team in that division, you could find enormous flaws. With Buffalo, I just don't think you have one. And if they stay healthy, and again, all of these are with the understanding that the team stays, semi-healthy. And if Josh Allen's healthy, give me Buffalo to win the AFC East rather easily.
Yeah, this isn't hard. This is probably the easiest pick. Bills in a dysfunctional division. I mean, you're probably going to have the Dolphins fire their head coach at the end of the year. We know the other teams aren't good, so Bills, AFC East.
To the NFC North, maybe the best division in football. Certainly in the conversation. I think Chicago's improved. Minnesota, we'll see about McCarthy. To me, it comes down to Detroit and to Green Bay. And I just think there's something about the Green Bay Packers. I was probably going to pick them before the Micah Parsons acquisition. I'm certainly going to pick them now. I think Detroit might struggle without both coordinators. So give me Green Bay to win the NFC North.
Yeah, you kind of said it. Detroit losing both coordinators. I think Detroit will still be good, but Green Bay was going to be my pick, and then the Micah Parsons trade kind of put it on steroids. So Green Bay wins the North.
To the AFC North. Again, a two-team race. Cleveland's going to be awful. Pittsburgh may compete for a wild card, but this division to me comes down to Cincinnati and Baltimore. And at the end of the day, I just trust Baltimore's defense more than I trust Cincinnati's defense. I think both teams have great offenses, but I think the Baltimore defense is vastly superior. So with that, give me Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens to win the AFC North.
Yes, I think this is pretty easy to. Baltimore wins this division.
The NFC West gets a little tougher here because you could hypothetically see 3, maybe even all 4 of these teams making a run. I don't know about Arizona. Everybody loves the Rams, including myself. I love the Rams. Again, Stafford's health is a big, big deal. Obviously, it goes without saying, but if Stafford's healthy or semi-healthy, I think the Rams will outlast every other team in the NFC West, and they will win that division.
I'm going to be a little different. I like Seattle to win this division.
Wow.
McDonald's a really good coach, and if Sam Darnold can play even relatively to what he did most of the year, I think they can win this division. San Fran's got injury problems. We know it's Stafford's issue, so I like Seattle to win this division.
To the AFC West. Now, normally this is a 32nd division. It's Kansas City and everybody else. Not this year. I think I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm not going to go Las Vegas. I'm not going to go Justin Herbert and the Chargers. I'm going to throw my hat in the ring, be a little different, I think, than most. And I'm going to go Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos win the AFC West. I love what they've done. I love the acquisitions that they've made. They were a playoff team last year. Bo Nix's rookie season, I think he's only going to improve. They have an easier schedule than Kansas City. I will take Denver to win the AFC West.
I'm with you. I like Denver to win the West.
Wow.
The Chiefs won 11 games by 1 possession a year ago. I think they were 11-0 in that department. I don't think it'll be that way, and they've gotten better. So I like Denver to win this division.
I'm shocked by that, but I guess great minds think alike. To the NFC South, I think 2 of the teams in this division are going to be awful, and that's New Orleans and Carolina. I think the other 2 teams might be pretty good, Atlanta and Tampa Bay. I know a lot of people are on the Tampa Bay train, a lot of people. I'm going to switch it up here as well. Give me Atlanta. Give me Michael Penix, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and the Atlanta Falcons to win the NFC South.
Atlanta's going to go 7-9 like they usually do. They're going to go down to the wire, and Tampa's going to win this division.
All right, we'll see. I think it'll be close between the 2, but give me Atlanta. And then finally in the AFC South, 6 weeks ago, I picked the Houston Texans to win this division. 4 weeks ago, I picked the Houston Texans to win this division. And as I've been thinking about it more and more, and I honestly don't think this is a homer pick. I don't think I'm drinking Kool-Aid here. I don't like the Texan offense at all. I think the offensive line is going to be average to below average. Joe Mixon, who knows when he's going to play. Christian Kirk is already hurt. He's probably going to miss week 1. They got Nico Collins, Nick Chubb, Dalton Schultz, and rookies as the skill position around C.J. Stroud. I like their defense. I do not like their offense at all. With Jacksonville, again, I had Jacksonville 9-8. I think Jacksonville is going to be 9-8. And I think 9-8 will be good enough to win the AFC South. I don't have Jacksonville some outrageous 12-5 or 13-4. I have them 9-8. I just don't trust anybody else in the division. And because of that, I'm going to take the Jaguars to win the AFC South.
Hag like smoking crack. Houston wins the division by 2 games over Jacksonville.
Wow. That offense does nothing for me in Houston. You like their offense?
I like Houston's team over Jacksonville.
Okay.
I think Jacksonville goes off to a slow start. Houston's defense is excellent, and I think Houston will have enough behind that bad offensive line to win a couple games.
Let me ask you something. And again, it's an opinion, right? But let me just ask you something. Wide receivers, Nico Collins and the 2 rookies.
Yeah, I think Jaden Higgins is going to be pretty good.
Okay, so you have BTJ, De'Ami Brown, Travis Hunter, Parker Washington, or what Houston's throwing out there. Who has the better wide receivers?
Yeah, Jacksonville has better receivers.
All right, who has better running game?
Probably Jacksonville.
Okay, who has the better tight ends?
Jacksonville.
All right, who has the better offensive line?
Jeez, they're Jacksonville slightly, but I mean they're both ugly.
All right, well, if you want to take Houston, go ahead. But I think you agree with me. There's not a question in my mind the Jacksonville offense on paper is superior to the Texan offense. Now, the Texan defense is superior to the Jaguar defense. Will it cancel each other out? I don't know, but that'll be fun to watch. I'll take Jacksonville. You'll take Houston. All right, NFC playoffs. My 4 division winners. I got Philadelphia. I got Atlanta. I got Green Bay. And I have the Rams. My 3 wild cards in the NFC. I am going to take Washington to get in again as a wild card. I'm going to take Detroit to get in as a wild card. And my 7th team, you just kind of throw your hands in the air at that point. I do like your thought on Seattle. So I'm going to take Seattle to get the 7th and final NFC wildcard spot.
I like Detroit, Washington, and San Fran, I think, squeezes in there. Even though, as the day has gone on, I don't like it more and more. So we'll see. That was what I had this morning. I'll stay with it.
All right, AFC playoffs. My division winners, Denver, Jacksonville, Baltimore, and Buffalo. My wild cards in the AFC. Obviously, give me Cincinnati. Give me Kansas City. And give me the Chargers. I don't even think the Texans make the playoffs. I got 3 out of the AFC West.
All right, I like Kansas City. I don't like Cincinnati, but I'm going to take Cincinnati, and I'm going to take the New England Patriots.
Wow, all right. I like that. You did much better at this last year than I did. So,
yeah, I think I had 10 of the 14 in, and I think Jalen Carter may or may not have got ejected.
Oh, I think he did I think Jalen Carter did get ejected.
He went up to the Dallas huddle, and there was an injury after the kickoff. He went to the Dallas huddle. He was talking with Dak, and then they threw a 15-yard penalty, and now he's walking with Big Dom back to the locker room.
Holy cow. So Jalen Carter looks like he got tossed literally as this game started. And Philadelphia is having a guy carted to the locker room, a special teams player. Ugh. Good thing we made our picks 5 minutes ago. All right, finally the Super Bowl. Give me, in the NFC, Philadelphia. In the AFC, give me Buffalo. And give me the Buffalo Bills to hoist the Lombardi Trophy for the first time in franchise history.
I'm going to go Baltimore, Green Bay, and I like Baltimore to win it all.
All right, so you got Baltimore. I have Buffalo. You have Baltimore over Green Bay. I got Buffalo over Philadelphia. There you have it. Your NFL predictions 2025. We'll rehash this tape in the next 4.5 months in mid to late January, and we will see how we fared as the regular season comes to an end. Former Jaguar wide receiver Cecil Shorts. He'll be with me every Thursday on Hacker After Dark. He joins me next to preview the Jaguars and the Panthers as the NFL season has officially kicked off. It's Hacker After Dark.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect tan lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, thanks for coming over so quick.
Sure thing, pal. What's the big... Whoa!
See, I told you there was a smell.
Yeah, it smells like...
Exactly, or a dead one more like it.
You need some fresh air in here.
Well, this is the problem, Jason. I've kept everything sealed up tight all summer long so I don't lose all my nice cool air. Now all the dog smells and cooking smells and home gymnasium man cave smells are all building up and I can barely...
Dude, where are the Bueller sunglasses I gave you?
Oh, I don't know. They must be in my other...
Put on my emergency pair.
Whoa.
Bueller Air and Plumbing can install an air purification add-on to your existing air conditioner. Clean the air of dust and pollen and funky smells while you cool.
So I can keep all the cool air I saved up?
And your place won't smell like a dead...
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Hey folks, it's Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass. They say you're going to see a big difference, but what does that really mean? It means a live local person on the phone, a smooth, easy process, skilled craftsmen, and excellent customer service all around, with your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed. Visit LeeandKatesGlass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
What Major League Baseball teams have never won a World Series?
When you file a claim with Southern Oak Insurance, we schedule one of our trusted vendors to work directly with you, which means a faster claim resolution. Find out more at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
There are 5 Major League Baseball teams that have never won a World Series: Colorado, Milwaukee, San Diego, Seattle, and Tampa Bay.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Hey, Jacksonville Hicken here. I've been around the block or two, and Checkmate Coatings is who I'd call for my own place. They're my new MVP for stunning, long-lasting floors.
Brendan here with Checkmate Coatings. No massive overhead means top prices on top-quality pool decks, driveways, garages, and patios, too.
Visit CheckmateCoatings.com today. Checkmate Coatings, your floor's missing piece.
Checkmate Coatings. Your floor's missing piece.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line.
Hello.
Your floor's missing piece.
Back here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM in the city of Jacksonville. We are glad you are with us. The Jaguars and the Panthers, opening day in the National Football League this Sunday, 1 o'clock. Of course, you'll hear the game right here on 1010XL. What about this 2025 Jacksonville Jaguar team? What should we expect? What is realistic to expect? Let's talk about all of it with a former Jacksonville Jaguar, a man that played 7 years in the National Football League, former wide receiver Cecil Shorts, always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Cecil, happy football season to you, my friend.
Happy football season. It gets going, and it's not going to stop for a while, but it's a good thing.
No, it's a great thing, no question. And you and I spoke literally right before training camp. So now you've had camp, an entire preseason, all the storylines and everything. Just your thoughts as a former Jaguar on your former team and things that happened here over the last 6 or 7 weeks.
It's been fun. It's been enjoyable to pay attention to. But my biggest question is, can they actually be a playoff contender? You got two big moves in, a new GM and a new head coach who did extraordinary things at their former places. But are they good enough to get this thing going in the right way ASAP? Another biggest thing, in my opinion, is it's about Trevor Lawrence. This is the year Trevor Lawrence needs to show up and show out. If he does not perform this year, I don't know what's going to happen for the future, but he has to prove that he's worth the money, that he's worth the overall pick, that he can go out there and dominate and play well. They surrounded him with weapons. They're putting together a decent defense for him. So now the pressure to me is on him. Can he go out there and do it? And it starts on Sunday. Can he go out there and get the Panthers and execute?
You know, to that point, Cecil, he's 25 years old, year number 5 for Trevor Lawrence. And look, we always talk about, another head coach, another offensive coordinator. You live that life as well. You had many head coaches and many offensive coordinators in your 7 years in the league. How tough is that on an offense, particularly a quarterback, to keep changing systems basically every year?
It's hard. I guess it's incredibly hard. You get no rhythm. You don't master anything in 1 year, right? Think about if you get to stay in the same offense for multiple years. Like if you were in high school or in college, you can know the playbook like the back of your hand. You know where people are supposed to be at. You can know the calls from the offensive line. You're basically a head coach on the field. But when you're switching year in and year out and you're starting to get the hang of it, then all of a sudden a new guy comes in, you're still learning. It's going to be a learning process for Trevor. Like he has to understand, he has to go through some learning pains, some ups and downs. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I think Liam is really good. I'm a big fan of Cohen, so I think he can do well. It's just how soon can he do well? How comfortable can he get in the offense and can really take command and control of the offense and of the team?
Former Jacksonville Jaguar wide receiver Cecil Shorts with us here on 1010XL. Yeah, didn't you have 3 head coaches in 3 years here in Jacksonville, 11, 12, and 13? That's pretty wild.
Yeah, 11, 12, 13, new head coach every year, new OC every year, and then we had 2 different owners in that span as well. So it was nuts.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, the talent they've surrounded Trevor with, let's talk about your bread and butter, the wide receivers. Brian Thomas Jr. coming into year number 2. Travis Hunter, a starting wide receiver. They add De'Ami Brown. And I'll tell you, Cecil, a guy you and I have talked about a lot over the last couple of years, Parker Washington had a ridiculously good camp. They also go out and trade for Tim Patrick. What is your thought on this wide receiving core heading into the year?
Really good room. Really good room. BTJ speaks for itself. He's a superstar. He's a top. He can, by the end of the year, he can be a bona fide top 6 or 7 receiver in the league if you don't think he is already. He's just special. Something about that LSU water down there. They know what they're doing when it comes to breeding receivers. Then you got Travis Hunter, who I'm excited to see. Let's see what he can do. The talent there is undeniable, but can he groom to be a really, really good NFL wide receiver? That's yet to be seen. But I think he can do it. But that's yet to be seen at that level, right? And then I'll be honest with you. I think Parker and Brown, I think people are asleep on them. I think Parker he's the more comfortable he gets, the more confidence he gets. He started making plays in the end of the year last year when certain guys were out. But he can play some ball, man. And you saw the same thing with Brown in the playoffs and what he was able to do with Washington last year. These 2 guys, when they're in the slot, when they're in the field, they're playmakers. They can take any 5-yard pass or gain and take it to the crib or make it a big play. This room can be really good, but they got to go out there and do it, right? And they got to do it with Trevor. I will also add to the mix Brenton Strange. Like, I think Strange can do some things. I am high on him in all my fantasy drafts. but I just think he's a solid player from Penn State, right? I think it's year 2 or 3 for him. He did some really good things last year when Evan was out. He can make plays as well. And then Tim Patrick, I love the size. So you bring in a guy that has some special team experience, that has some experience making plays on the outside. So now you got another bigger guy in the room that can help out as well.
They kept 4 running backs. Etienne's in a contract year, Tank Bigsby, and they love the 2 rookies. Tootin out of Virginia Tech. And then for a 7th rounder, LaQuint Allen came in here and was just marvelous in training camp, quite frankly. It was a real surprise to me. It's not typical to keep 4 running backs on a 53. The Jaguars did it. What was your thought?
They love who they have, and they're looking for the future. So if Travis doesn't perform this year under his contract year, they got guys ready to groom, ready to be a part of that offense. I mean, last year, look at Cohen in Tampa Bay. They got Bucky Irvin going. You know what I mean? So they already had a starting running back in Rachaad White. So it was no surprise that they drafted two or brought some in. But it's just a matter of time, I think, and just who, or I guess a matter of reps, who's going to stand out the most. Can Travis live up to his billing as a first-round pick and stay healthy and do what he done a couple of years ago? Can he relive that in a contract year, which would be big for him? But I'll be honest with you, even if a big year in a contract year doesn't mean Jacksonville wants to keep him. You know how they treat running backs. So to have some young guys in the stable is no surprise there, and they're going to develop those guys, especially Tootin, and they'll see what they can do with them.
Couple more for former Jaguar wide receiver Cecil Shorts. We've spent 5 minutes talking about the offense, and everything we've talked about won't matter at all if the offensive line doesn't hold up their end of the bargain, which was a problem at times over the last couple of years. New center, Robert Hainsey, new right guard, Patrick McCarry, and then you still have Walker Little, Ezra Cleveland, and Anton Harrison. Are you comfortable with the offensive line heading into the season?
Out of 10, I would say I'm not a 10. I'm somewhere. To me, I like Walker. I like what Cleveland's done in different spots, but I think the consistency needs to be there. So what they can do is this this training camp, hopefully, and this season, as the season starts up with this upcoming Sunday, they got to figure out a way to get on the same cohesive plan, the same cohesive note. I'm interested to see live game action for the group in a regular season game. You know, how much in charge will Trevor be at the line of scrimmage? How much in charge will he have to be able to communicate with those guys to get them on the same page? Because it's going to be huge. And with 4 running backs on the roster, I think it's important to get that running game going. And I think that opens things up for Trevor, right? You got Tank, you got Travis, who obviously can run the ball and show some really, really good flashes in the past. But to get that run game going, it starts with the offensive line. Can they move people? Can they pass protect? Can they be consistent enough to keep Trevor upright and to move the ball down the field and get points on the board? So that's, if I had to say out of 10, I'd probably been in a 6-ish range, 6.5. I'm just kind of curious to see what happens against the Panthers this week and what they can build on moving forward.
As we begin to wrap up, you mentioned Carolina comes in. Bryce Young was not good. He got benched at the beginning of last year. Played a lot better towards the end of last year. There's some optimism about him. Carolina's problem on Sunday, though, is they have a wide receiver problem. They trade Adam Thielen thinking they're going to have Jalen Coker. He then gets hurt, so they have to bring back Hunter Renfrow, who they cut last week. So your top 3 weapons at wide receiver are a rookie making his first NFL start in Tet McMillan, a second-year player in Xavier Legette, and Hunter Renfrow. They also have some offensive line issues. See, so there's never an easy game in the NFL, and I'm not trying to make it sound as such, but if you were to handpick an opponent for Jacksonville to play in week 1 with a new head coach and a new regime like this, Carolina would be on that short list. Maybe New Orleans, maybe Tennessee, but I think Carolina would also be on that short list. This is about as good a matchup as Jacksonville could have hoped for week 1 at home.
No, I totally agree. I think the biggest thing is his home game. So you're asking this team that's beat up, that doesn't have the best receiving core. As a team, they're still young and trying to put things together with a second-year head coach, whatever it is. And they're coming off a year that they were terrible. I think this is a perfect first game of the season. Doesn't mean you can't go out there and play well, right? You got to play well. You got to execute. You got to do the things you need to do to win. But it's a good start to the season where you can see where you're at, how you can build from it, and just as a team, you know, how good can we be, or what can we do to get better? And they should come out with a win on Sunday, on Sunday, just to be honest.
Cecil, final question. You're also a former Texan. I want to get your thoughts on the AFC South. What do you think about the division heading into the year? How do you see it 1-4?
You know what? I think Houston's the favorite. I think it's going to be a battle for 2. You know, I wouldn't sleep on the Colts and I wouldn't sleep on Jacksonville. I think those two if they can live up and figure out some things behind the center, I think they can be a team that can push Houston as far as the first place in the AFC South. You know, I'm not sure what's going on with Anthony Richardson, but Daniel Jones beat him out. Daniel Jones, we saw all on film, on TV, week in and week out, how average he was, but now he's the head guy there. And sometimes you need a new space to provide, you need a new space to go out there and perform. You see Sam Darnold did it. You see other people do it. Geno Smith a couple years ago. So it's going to be interesting to see that. But I wouldn't sleep on Tennessee either. I think Cam Ward is special. I'm a big fan of his. He's just all about football. That's all he cares about. That's all he knows. He's not a flashy guy. He gets the job done. Incredible arm strength, and you can build around that. And they got some quality pieces on the offensive side of the ball too. But if I had to put it together, I would say Houston, and then Indy and Jacksonville fight. I kind of give the nod to Jacksonville there, Indy third, and then Cam in Tennessee fourth.
Did I see Christian Kirk's already battling hamstring issues?
He is. He's battling some things, man. And I tell you what, this kid, Jalen Noel, is special over who's right behind him. He's a rookie from Iowa State, kind of built a similar frame, similar way. He's explosive. He can go and get the ball. He was drafted, I think, second or third round by the Texans this year. But Christian looked good in camp, man. It's just you got to keep him healthy.
Former Jaguar wide receiver Cecil Short. Cecil, we're off and running. Hope you enjoy opening weekend in the National Football League. Next week, it's Jamar Chase and Cincinnati for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we'll be here to preview it 1 week from today. Thank you as always, my friend.
Hey, thanks, RG. Talk to you soon.
New coaches.
The future. That's truly what's exciting.
New players.
I bring the juice every day.
New season.
We've done some great things this offseason.
This is where the dream begins, and Duval is downright ready.
Time to go.
Now, it's for real. Jaguars, Panthers, Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars, 1010XL.
Football season is back, baby. Hicken here, and I know I'm excited to get back to watching some ball over the weekend. But with the fun comes responsibility. Taking care of your skin while outside, extremely important. We know it feels like 100 out there, and that sun is blazing. Make sure you bring the screen while loading up all that tailgate. It's simple. Protect your skin. It's the Sunshine State. To help you protect your skin, Beaches Dermatology is here. I've been going to them for years, and my skin thanks me for it. Book your appointment today at beachesdermatology.com.
You've waited patiently, and the wait is almost over. NFL football is back.
That's awesome.
Kickoff week on 1010XL is built by KO Electric Heating and Air and Roland Reach Plumbing.
Let the games begin. The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron. Totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens. Also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
there. At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
Tired of high energy bills? Replace those inefficient windows and patio doors now with the big BOGO event. Buy one, get one 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. This offer expires September 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. This is Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
All right, well, a lot has gone on. Dallas, Philadelphia, opening night of the NFL. If you missed this earlier, Jalen Carter, the former Georgia Bulldog, the big defensive tackle for Philadelphia, was ejected from the game 5 seconds in for spitting on Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott. You can see it plain as day on the replay, and there was an official right there. It was absolutely ridiculous. Jalen Carter ejected. There is some speculation already, people online wondering, will he be suspended additionally for that? I mean, Denmark, my thought is he's basically being suspended for an entire game tonight. I don't know how much more you would give him for spitting, but that's disgusting. And it's plain as day that he did it. There's no defense for it. So we'll see what Roger Goodell and the NFL want to do. Dallas took the opening drive down. Javonte Williams, a touchdown. Of course he did. I've got him on my bench in fantasy football tonight. Philadelphia then responded with an opening drive touchdown of their own as Jalen Hurts ran it in. Boy, Dallas is going right down the field again. CeeDee Lamb down to the Philadelphia, 30-yard line. So Dallas on the move again. Game tied 7-7, and a whole lot has transpired between the Cowboys and the Eagles in the first half of the first quarter. The Jaguars get their season underway on Sunday. Everbank Stadium against the Carolina Panthers. Earlier on, I had a couple of one-on-one opportunities in the Jaguar locker room. One of the most talked about rookies this training camp, not named Travis Hunter, is Bashel Tootin, the running back from Virginia Tech, the 4th-round pick. He will make his NFL debut on Sunday. I got a chance to go one-on-one with Jaguar running back Bashel Tootin earlier down at the Miller Electric Center.
In the Jaguar locker room, Jaguars getting ready for the Carolina Panthers. We got Jaguar running back Bashel Tootin with us here on 1010XL. Bashel, how'd practice go out there today?
Went pretty good. I think as an overall offense, defense, special teams, we came out, practiced, worked hard, got the things we want to get done today. So I think today was definitely a positive.
You know, opening day, how excited are you for your first NFL action in the regular season come Sunday?
I'm definitely excited. Like you said, the first NFL game for me. So it's a milestone. I want to go out there and just, see the crowd and the energy, for an NFL game day. So I can't wait for it.
You think about the journey you and every other rookie has had really the entire year, but obviously since you got drafted in April, mini camps, OTAs, preseason, training camp, and now it's finally here. Will you take a moment this week before the game to kind of wow, it's here. The regular season has arrived.
I kind of do that every day. Like you said, it's been a journey for me, other rookies. So I just take it day by day, just take some time to myself to realize where I'm at and the goals I hit and what I want to do in my life. So just another thing going into, this weekend, just take it all in pregame. But at the same time, it's time to work. So, just go out there, pregame, take it all in. And then between the lines, we got to work.
A lot of excitement in that Jaguar running back room from the fan base between you, ETN, Bigsby, LaQuinn Allen Jr. How are things coming together in that running back room, getting ready for game one?
It's coming great. I think we all push each other. We all, help each other strive for better. And I think we're ready to roll. We look great. We feel great as a unit. So we're just looking to go out there and dominate.
As we wrap up, fan base is excited. Sunday is going to be a packed house here at Everbank Stadium. What's your message to the fan base that's coming out to see you guys on Sunday?
It's just going to be a show, come out, pack the stadium, support us in every which way, and, just get ready, bring your popcorn, your hot dogs, whatever, and it's going to be a show.
Awesome. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
There you go. Jaguar rookie running back Bashal Tutin with us here on Hacker After Dark. He will make his NFL debut this Sunday. And again, the rookie class, I mean, what stinks are the injuries to Caleb Ransaw and Jalen McLeod. But between Travis Hunter, Wyatt Milam when he gets back healthy, Jack Kaiser, Bashal Tutin, LaQuint Allen Jr., Rayon Lane, Jonah Monheim, it's been a nice rookie class, a nice impact in training camp and in the preseason, and hopefully that will now translate into the regular season. One of the new guys here in town, there's a lot of new guys here in town, as a matter of fact, one of the new tight ends is Johnny Munt, who came from Minnesota with Grant Udinski. Truthfully, I had never talked to Johnny before earlier on at the Miller Electric Center this week. I was in the Jaguar locker room. I saw him. I took the opportunity to introduce myself. And here is that conversation with one of the newest Jaguar tight ends, a man that will be on the field Sunday against Carolina, Jaguar tight end Johnny Munt.
Inside the Jaguar locker room, Jaguars getting ready for the regular season opener. We got tight end Johnny Munt with us here on 1010XL. Johnny, how'd practice go out there today?
It was good. Sunnier than I was expecting after the past week of rain that we've had, but it was a great day out there for the offense and the whole team.
For a veteran like yourself, opening day, how exciting still is it for you to get out there week one of the regular season?
It's very exciting. Football's a big thing in my family and in my house, so when the season rolls around, nothing better than opening day.
And you guys obviously go through so much in the offseason, you especially coming in as a free agent, from OTAs to mini camp to training camp, and now it's finally here. It means something on Sunday, just the level of excitement in this locker room.
Yeah, it's way up there. All guys on this roster know how much every game, every snap means to each of us individually and as a team, so it's a very exciting time for this whole locker room.
You had a lot of options, I'm sure, in free agency. What was it about Jacksonville? What led you here to play for the Jaguars in 2025?
Just the familiarity with the system. I've been running this offense my whole NFL career, and just the opportunity to come in and do what I do best in the line of scrimmage, and then as well as the pass game. I felt like that was a great opportunity and just a great atmosphere to be a part of.
Fan base is awfully excited about the opener on Sunday. It'll be a sellout crowd here at Everbank Stadium. What's your message to the Jaguar fans coming out here on Sunday?
Hey, we're going to go out there and give it our all and, let the chips fall where they may, but we're going to give all of our effort on every snap, every down, so let's go get it.
Best of luck against Carolina. We'll be watching.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
There you go, Johnny Munt, tight end for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He, along with Hunter Long, joined Brenton Strange in that Jaguar tight end room, a much new look Jaguar tight end room than what we've had in years past. And finally, you can say the same thing about the defensive line. The Jaguars went older on the defensive line, right? We talked to Dewan Smoot yesterday, the addition of Colin Saunders, Emmanuel Ogbah, and Austin Johnson. Austin Johnson is a guy that was in Buffalo the last couple of years. Truthfully, a lot of people didn't know a lot about Austin Johnson, but he kept making plays in training camp. He kept making plays in the preseason, and he has now found himself on the 53-man roster. He will be on the field against Carolina on Sunday afternoon. I had the opportunity to do a one-on-one interview with Austin Johnson earlier down in the Jaguar locker room.
Inside the Jaguar locker room, Jaguars getting ready for the Carolina Panthers on opening day. We got Jaguar D lineman Austin Johnson with us here on 1010XL. Austin, how's it going?
Pretty good.
How'd practice go today?
Good. Could be, better like always, but, just consistency.
Opening day, week one, Carolina. As a veteran like yourself, how excited are you for opening day on Sunday?
It never gets old. So it's, new team, new players, new system. Just can't wait to get out there and just have fun.
You had a lot of options, I'm sure, this offseason. What was it about Jacksonville? What led you down here to play for the Jaguars?
Great team, great defense. Kind of listening to camp, the defensive coordinator talking about the defense, and just knowing the guys and the potential that we have on this team kind of drew me here. So, yeah.
A lot of young players in this locker room, but then a lot of veterans were brought in. You, Colin Saunders, among them, Dewan Smoot as well. Interesting mesh. How are you? What guidance are you giving to the young guys as opening day approaches?
Like I said before, kind of with practice, need to be more consistent. If everybody's consistent and does their job, we're going to be a hard team to beat.
As far as Carolina on Sunday, Bryce Young coming in here, a couple of big wide receivers on the outside, Chuba Hubbard. What have you seen from them on film?
They're a good team, great running team. Bryce is a really good dual threat quarterback, so we're just going to need to be really good up front, trying to stop the run, keeping him in the pocket, and it's going to be a good game.
Final question. It's going to be a packed Everbank Stadium, sellout crowd on Sunday. What's your message to the Jaguar fan base coming down here on Sunday afternoon?
Hey, that's a really good question. Get ready to have fun, watch us ball out, and watch us have a great year this year.
Austin, best of luck. We'll be watching.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
There you go, Austin Johnson from the Jaguar D-line. Again, Johnny Munt, the tight end, and Bashel Tootin, the running back. Appreciate all those guys for joining me earlier on inside the Jaguar locker room as the Jaguars getting ready for the Carolina Panthers. We will go to Charlotte, North Carolina, coming up here in about 15 minutes or so. Chris McClain, WFNZ Radio in Charlotte, to give us the Carolina Panther point of view on the opener on Sunday. Javonte Williams has scored again. Again, of course he did, because I did not play him tonight in our 10-10 Fantasy League, Denmark. I'm already kicking myself over that, and the season's only 30 minutes old. But nevertheless, Dallas now 14-7 over Philadelphia, very early stages of the second quarter. Javonte Williams, a couple of touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, a touchdown for the Eagles. Again, the big story already, Jalen Carter ejected from the game for Philadelphia for spitting on Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott. Just a disgusting act there. And there is no defense for it. It's plain as day on video. That is exactly what he did right in front of a ref, and he got ejected as a result. 1 hour down, 1 hour to go. We will take you up till 10 o'clock as we do every night. More to do as we roll on Hacker After Dark here on a Thursday night in Northeast Florida. It's 1010XL and it's 92.5 FM.
He's skilled in the art of diplomacy.
I'm Defense Minister Dmitry Mishkin.
Get insights and interviews from Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline when he takes you behind enemy lines.
The CIA has no knowledge.
Delivered by Palo Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Jaguars football is officially back. Be there as number 2 overall draft pick Travis Hunter, quarterback Trevor Lawrence, and new head coach Liam Cohen take the field for the first time during the 2025 NFL regular season. Secure your seats for when the Jaguars take on the Panthers September 7th by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
Hey, Jacksonville DDH. Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here with the scoop from Dreamfinders Homes, your national builder of the year. We've got first-year interest rates as low as 2.99% in homes in 20-plus communities throughout Northeast Florida. If you're house hunting, make sure your first pick Dreamfinders Homes, the proud official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Florida Gators, and your Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit dfhsalesevent.com today and tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
XL Primetime is back weekdays noon to 2, and on Wednesdays, join Dr. George Bari at 1:20 for the latest in sports injuries from all the big names in the game. Make sure you catch Dr. George Bari on XL Primetime Wednesdays at 1:20 on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
Hey, Hicken here. Tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bowden Eye & Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like EVO implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now for your free screening. Bowden Eye & Associates, they're keeping the First Coast focused.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Hacker After Dark on 1010XL.
Dallas 14-7 over Philadelphia, early portion of the second quarter in the NFL regular season opener. Javonte Williams, a couple of rushing touchdowns for the Cowboys. Jalen Hurts, a rushing touchdown for Philadelphia. Eagles have the ball in Cowboy territory. Again, down 14-7, early portion of the second quarter. We will go to Carolina. Coming up here in about 10 minutes, Chris McLean, WFNZ Radio in Charlotte, to give us the Panther perspective on this matchup Sunday between Carolina and Jacksonville. Denmark, you and I will have the Gator Bites podcast tomorrow morning on the 1010XL social media platform. Florida plays USF Saturday, 4:15. You'll hear it right here on 1010XL. A USF team that looked very good last week in a win over Boise. Of course, Florida played Long Island, shut them out 55-0. What kind of game are you envisioning? How much trouble could USF potentially give Florida on Saturday?
Oh, they can give them trouble, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned am I about the game on Saturday? I'm at a 3. I mean, the quarterback can run for South Florida. The defense can call some turnovers like they did against Boise, but I think at the end of the day, even if Florida doesn't play particularly well on offense, specifically with Lagway and the receivers, I think at the end of the day, they can just mow down the defensive line and just use their run game.
And it really is a rough week for the local college teams here. I mean, Austin Peay in Georgia. You got East Texas A&M and Florida State, Bethune and Miami, and then Florida and USF. The big game nationally, Michigan and Oklahoma. The first SEC game of the year, Ole Miss and Kentucky. It's not a great week of college football. It gets much, much better a week from Saturday when Florida goes to the Bayou and plays LSU. And I just think for Florida, look, get everybody out of this game healthy. USF's going to be a much harder challenge than Long Island, but let's be honest. Midway through the third quarter, Florida should have this game, a stranglehold on this game. I think Florida wins the game 37-13, 41-16, something like that. In Denmark, it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all in the fourth quarter if we had a lot of backups in just to get ready for LSU coming up a week from Saturday.
Yeah, that would be nice. The big question I think for Saturday is, with injuries, is Caleb Banks and is Dallas Wilson going to play? And if they're not, how much of a lingering issue is it? And then it's a bigger question, how ready will they be able to go for the rest of the season? And then, it'd be nice to get a nice victory, have a nice fourth quarter lead and have a lot of your main guys out because the gauntlet begins starting next week.
We will be talking a little college football. My buddy Brent Beard, you see him locally on First Coast News. You also get him weekly right here on Hacker After Dark. He will join us towards the bottom of the 9 o'clock hour. Also, something else to keep in mind, the best Friday night of the year for high school football is tomorrow night. Great games all over the place. Denmark and I will have the Friday Night Lights postgame here on 1010XL at about 9:30 on a Friday. St. Augustine Bowls, Tallahassee Lincoln versus Nice, Fleming Island Oakleaf, Rains Trinity Christian, Ponte Vedra Baker County, Tacoy Creek and Bishop Kenny. Denmark, it's fantastic tomorrow night.
It definitely is. There's going to be a lot of measuring stick games, especially between Bulls and St. Augustine. Two of the better teams probably in the area. Probably, definitely top 5 in the city. And, a lot of D1 talent. And we're going to figure out who's the better one tomorrow night.
Again, Jacksonville and Carolina, Sunday, 1 o'clock. You'll hear the game right here on 1010XL. Let's head to Charlotte. Let's get the Carolina Panther perspective on this matchup on Sunday. My buddy Chris McLean, long time ago, was on the ball here in Jacksonville. He is now Morning Drive, WFNZ Radio up in Charlotte. We'll talk Carolina Panthers, the opponent on Sunday for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's next as we roll on till 10 o'clock right here on Hacker After Dark.
With so many stars on the field, there's always one that burns brightest.
And when he flashes, he is something to watch.
Who will be this week's Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game?
Watch out!
On 1010XL.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
The playoff-bound Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp are in full swing at the newly renovated VyStar Ballpark. Your home for affordable family fun. Tickets start at just $5. Fireworks after every Friday home game, and kids round the bases after Sunday games. Log on to jackshrimp.com for tickets and details. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable family fun.
The Friday Night Lights are shining even brighter as 1010XL has partnered with Channel 4 to bring you Friday Night Lights, a live streaming show at 7 o'clock every Friday, presented by Farrah and Farrah on the social media channels of 1010XL and Channel 4.
The 30th annual Reggie Hunt Memorial Golf Tournament fundraiser is Friday, October 24th at Amelia River Golf Club. All proceeds support Big Brothers Big Sisters. Register at the Big Brothers Big Sisters events page.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the First Coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, american-electrical.com.
Hey, it's Brent with Arcosa Crushed Concrete. If you've got concrete or asphalt rubble on your site, let me buy it from you, and I will recycle it into construction material for your future projects. Arcosa Crushed Concrete. Get paid for what you don't need.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
Frank Frangie for Lee and Kate's Glass, still family owned and in business for 100 years. When they say you're going to see a big difference, that's for everything. Custom showers and spas, tabletops, mirrors, even replacing foggy windows, all at a more affordable price. And with your satisfaction absolutely guaranteed, Lee and Kate's Glass is your best choice. Visit leeandkatesglass.com.
With Lee and Kate's Glass, you're gonna see a big difference.
What
unlikely challenger, unknown even to hardcore golf fans, defeated Tiger Woods in the 2009 PGA.
When you file a claim with Southern Oak Insurance, we schedule one of our trusted vendors to work directly with you, which means a faster claim resolution. Find out more at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Yang Youngin, also known to Americans as Y.E. Yang, defeated Tiger Woods in the final round by 5 shots.
Southern Oak Insurance.
No more climbing ladders or tree shopping or untangling lights. Nope. Hume Flowers will take care of it for you this fall when you schedule their holiday home decorating team. This is JJ with 1010XL, and now is a good time to call on Hume Flowers. They'll do it all this fall.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold's recently hit an all-time high at over $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
San Jose Collision in Mandarin is proud to be an I-CAR Gold Class collision repair facility. That means they meet the industry's highest training standards. Experience the difference at San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, another great guest on the Checkmate Coatings phone line.
Hello.
Your floor's missing piece.
Back here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM in the city of Jacksonville. We are glad you are with us. The Jaguars and the Panthers. Sunday, 1 o'clock. Of course, you'll hear the game right here on 1010XL as the NFL regular season kicks off here in Jacksonville. What about the Carolina Panthers? Bryce Young, Dave Canales in his second year, maybe some injury problems for Carolina entering the opener. Let's talk about all of it with one of our guys up in Charlotte, North Carolina, Chris McLean, WFNZ Radio in Charlotte, always kind enough to join us here on 1010XL. Chris, how we doing, man?
What's up, brother? It is an honor to join you to talk about the primo Week 1 matchup in the NFL, baby. Let's do this.
Well, from that standpoint, you're right, but I'll tell you what's interesting. Here in Jacksonville, we're looking at this as a prime opportunity to start 1-0. I imagine they're thinking this, the exact same thing in Charlotte.
I just had this conversation with one of our sales guys here at the station. I said, man, these injuries, which we're going to talk about in a second, are frustrating. I said, but this is Jacksonville. This game's winnable. He says, don't you think they're saying the same thing down there? I said, good point.
There's no doubt we are, and that's a big talking point down here, potentially. I mean, you look after Carolina, the Jaguars have Cincinnati, Houston, San Francisco, and Kansas City, so we're almost looking at this as a must-win. All right, let's start at the top, and then we'll get down to the injury issues coming into Sunday. Dave Canales, he and Liam Cohen obviously have a lot in common. Canales was the Buccaneer coordinator prior to Liam Cohen, so they both have worked recently with Baker Mayfield. Canales came in last year, made quite the impact when he benched Bryce Young. Obviously, Bryce Young has responded very well, but what is the thought about Dave Canales entering year number 2 there in Charlotte?
I think we're excited about him. I mean, I'm sure the talk about Cohen is the influence he can have on Trevor Lawrence there. And I think last year we saw the influence that Canales can have on Bryce Young. I mean, listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I was on the radio after Bryce looked horrendous in the first 2 weeks and got benched. And I was thinking, man, if Bryce Young has a future in this league, I'm not sure it's here. I mean, that's how dim things looked. But, man, he responded to the benching like a champ. He really did. And the way he played in those last 8-10 games of the season was so encouraging. He started to do a lot of the things that we saw him do at Alabama, a lot of the improvising under pressure, making things happen. So I think right now, I think we're excited about Bryce to see if he picks up where he left off. And I think we're also excited about Canales because much like, there's definitely comparisons because much like I'm sure Cohen was hired there in large part because of Trevor, Canales was hired here because of Bryce Young, right? You mentioned the work he did with Baker Mayfield. Well, he also did great work in Seattle with Geno Smith as well as the quarterback's coach there. So I think those are two guys And certainly once we start talking about the defense, it's not going to be quite as rosy and positive for me. But like those two guys right there, Canales and Bryce Young, I think are two reasons why we are feeling better going into this season.
Chris McClain, WFNZ in Charlotte with us here previewing the Jaguars and the Panthers. Chris, why did things turn around for Bryce Young? Is there anything you can put your finger on as to why it just started clicking towards the end of last year?
One of the things he's definitely pointed out is familiarity with the offense. The scheme was new to him. He did not play much in the preseason last year, which felt like a mistake, right? With Bryce Young coming off that horrendous first year and a new scheme. And, I mean, they must have played like 12 snaps, first-team offense. So I think he was a little overwhelmed. And then he started, being pressured on the field. And that combined with him just not knowing the offense, I think he just got a chance to breathe while Andy Dalton was playing. He was able to talk to Dalton. He was able to talk to the coaching staff through things. And he also, I don't know if he just said, "The heck with it, I'm going to let it rip." But he came back and had more fun, like he was celebrating a first down run. And, by the end of the season, he threw a touchdown pass to tight end Tommy Tremble, and he did a little Steph Curry. The ball's in the air, and he turns around and celebrates. And it's like you just started to see, oh, my God, this is a guy that he's kind of fun. He kind of got this little dude's got a little swag. And before that, in his first year, in the first two games last year, I mean, he just looked petrified and miserable out there. So confidence, familiarity with the playbook, those are definitely things you started to see from him last year.
You talk about the skill position that's around him. Chuba Hubbard's a very good tailback. Ted McMillan, I know you and I talked about him when we did our division previews. He's going to be clearly wide receiver 1 there in Carolina. But I guess the injury problems begin here with Jalen Coker. By all indications, had a really good camp. He's going to miss this game. They traded away Adam Thielen. So what does it look like after Ted McMillan at the wide receiver position?
Yeah, we've been down here talking about, man, how deep this receiving corps is, how much better they are. And then they go and trade Thielen, in large part because Thielen wanted to go home. Thielen and his family wanted to go home to Minnesota. And Dan Morgan, figured, hey, it's your last year under contract. You're going anyway. And I think he believed in his young receivers. The problem is the Coker injury literally happens, 2 days after the trade's made. So it's just a timing of that, because I really wonder if they would. I'm not sure they would have made that deal if the Coker injury had already happened. So now you're out two guys that I think would have been two of your best 3 receivers. So that is definitely something that has been weakened significantly over the last 10 days here in Charlotte. McMillan has had some moments of brilliance. He's also had some rookie moments where he and Bryce haven't been on the same page in camp and in the preseason. Xavier Legette, the second-year first-round pick out of South Carolina, a lot of pressure now goes on him to step up without Coker and Thielen here. Hunter Renfrow has been signed back. He was originally released as they were trying to work out a way to get him back in the fold, maybe on practice squad. Well, now he's a starting slot receiver because Thielen was your number 1 slot guy and Coker was your number 2 slot guy. So now Hunter Renfrow goes from being a guy that they didn't think was ready, coming off this ulcerative colitis disease that he was battling away from football for a couple of years, and now he's the starting slot. So, yeah, I think that's one thing that Jacksonville's probably looking at right now, saying, man, that receiving core got a lot more manageable, in the last 10 days or so, unfortunately for Carolina.
Couple of more for Chris McClain, WFNZ Radio in Charlotte. Chris, on the offensive line, we know Ekwonu had the emergency appendectomy. His status for Sunday, I guess, is uncertain, although I would be surprised, if he played. Maybe the more interesting situation is, Robert Hunt left practice yesterday with a foot. What do we know about that?
Yeah, it's he did come back and play a couple of plays, and then the coaches are like, "Hey, what are we doing? Let's take precaution and get him out of here." So that one is one that, as I'm talking to you now, as we're doing this interview, I'm looking for what happens. What happens the next couple of days in practice? Because it sounds like it could be something that's just kind of minor and precautionary, but I'm also kind of paranoid right now because of the thing with Ickey at left tackle. That one kind of feels like, he's just on the side doing stuff on the side. They're going to test him at Friday's practice, but they're going to test him individually, not even putting him out there with the team. So that's one that I'm kind of, feeling, negatively about. And if they don't have, and I just mentioned what's going on with the receivers, so they're going to want to run the football, right? You mentioned Chuba Hubbard. Well, Robert Hunt and Ike Ekwonu are probably the two best run blockers on the football team. If they were to not have both those guys, and they don't have the two receivers we just talked about, those would be serious blows to the offense. No doubt about it. So I think we're a little nervous about all of this going on here.
You know, quickly to defense, last year was a bad year. Now, I will say this, and you're obviously much closer to it, Chris, than I am. They did an overhaul on that defensive roster, man. I mean, there are a ton of new guys that were not there last year. What is the thought about the Panthers' defense entering the season?
Hey, man, you said defense. No, I got to go. All right, I'm sorry. I don't have any more time to talk. No, you are right. I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic about what they added. I mean, statistically last year, I know y'all had a rough year on defense. I mean, the Panthers were in their own stratosphere of rough years on defense. I mean, they set so many all-time records for futility defensively, rush yards allowed. I mean, points per game in the 17 game. I mean, you name it, they were at the bottom of the barrel. They really have. First of all, they get Derek Brown back. Like, that's a big part of it. That's like signing a star in free agency. So that's a big part of it. They also got Turk Warden, who they signed away from Kansas City as an interior defensive lineman. Bobby Brown, who they signed away from the Rams as an interior defensive lineman. They drafted Cam Jackson. I know the Gator fans know him down there. So they really made it a point. They know why they got run all over. They've got to increase that interior front in the 3-4. They drafted a couple of 3-4 edges that have had really good starts in the preseason. They got to do it in the regular season. And they're backups, too. They're behind DJ Wanham and Pat Jones. I think we're excited about those guys, but I think y'all are probably getting those rookie edges at the right time, right? They're just getting started. But they are improved. There's no doubt about it. I think maybe their best free agent addition of them all is Trayvon Mayrig, hard-hitting safety from the Raiders. He's going to be another guy that I think you'll kind of see as that extra linebacker in the box, right? Or on rundowns. They want to put him in the box. He's going to hit, and he's going to help them stuff the run. So they address especially their run defense deficiencies, but these are all new parts getting used to each other. So, but I guess the theory we're going with is it certainly has to be better than last year, you know?
Final thoughts with Chris McClain, WFNZ in Charlotte, Jaguars-Panthers, Sunday, 1 o'clock. You'll hear the game right here on 1010XL. Chris, as we begin to wrap up, you mentioned it earlier, but again, you know, what is the thought up there about the Jaguars from the Carolina fan base coming into this game on Sunday?
I mean, again, just like we talked about at the start of the interview, I'm sure it's like the Spider-Man meme, right? I'm sure we're pointing to each other like, hey, you stink a lot. Well, you do too. So, I mean, I think that a lot of fans are just looking at it like we're playing the Jaguars. I will say this. I think a lot of us have a fear of Liam Cohen. That last time we saw him, I think they put up 48 points in Tampa. I think the Panthers are a big reason why he has the Jacksonville job. He averaged 37 points a game against our defense last year. So I think that's definitely something that has our attention. I think fans are kind of intrigued by the Travis Hunter thing. You know, like we don't know what to expect. How many snaps, what percentage of snaps does he play where? So I think that's kind of an interesting aspect of it. I think Panther fans think it is winnable, but I do think we're a little shook by all the injuries and the Adam Thielen trade. It's just we had a relatively quiet, healthy preseason. And then in the last 10 days, dudes have either been traded or have gotten hurt. So I do think that has us shook a little bit too.
He's our guy up in Charlotte, North Carolina, Chris McClain. Chris, I got to ask you, we got 60 seconds. That was a disaster on Monday night for Belichick. I mean, what are people saying up there?
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. I mean, I think if Tar Heel fans are losing it off the deep end, there is no doubt about it. They think that they have bought a lemon here, and Bill Belichick is not a fit to coach in college. Tar Heel haters are celebrating. They think it's the funniest thing ever because, of course, they had to hear about Bill Belichick incessantly for the last 6 months or so. I do think you got to give him time to let him cook. I mean, he is a great teacher as a coach. I just think you look at that team and the talent he brought in. He got his job after the transfer portal opened, and the players they were able to bring in the portal. Yeah, they brought in a bunch of new players in the portal, but these are mostly 3-star players. I think you got to give him time to bring in better talent, but man, it could be an ugly first year. It really could be.
The Mac Attack, Chris McClain, WFNZ up in Charlotte, North Carolina. Chris, thank you as always, brother. Enjoy the game. We'll talk soon.
All right, man. Be well.
Follow the Florida Gators on 1010XL.
Gators!
The Gators hook horns with the South Florida Bulls. Kickoff at 4 on Jacksonville's home of Florida Gators football. 1010XL.
Jacksonville, it's football season, and Duck Duck Rooter is proud to be on your home team. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, we tackle plumbing, septic, and air conditioning problems with championship-level service. Keep an eye out for our custom Jaguar wrap plumbing vans rolling around town. They're hard to miss and always ready for the next play at your home or business. With thousands of 5-star Google reviews and the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida, trust Duck Duck Rooter to keep you in the game. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter, when you're stuck, call the Duck.
Lee Brice. What do you know about that tour? Saturday, September 13th, St. Augustine Amphitheater. With special guests Ashley Cook and Louis Brice. Award-winning country sensation Lee Brice. On sale now at AXS.com. Don't miss Lee Brice Live.
1010XL is your home for Florida Gators football. Protected by the law firm of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. Follow every Gators game on 1010XL.
Fall is here. The air is crisp. Football is on, and the perfect backyard atmosphere starts with a high-quality fireplace from CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Hey, it's Joe C. Imagine nights by the fire, cheering on your team, surrounded by friends and family. CSS can transform your outdoor space into the ultimate game day destination. Stylish, warm, and built for memories. With several wood, gas, and electric options, let CSS make your backyard the best seat in the house. Visit CSSFireplaces.com.
For over 55 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods has proudly served Jacksonville from the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard. From archery to hunting and fishing, they've got the gear, service, and know-how to get you outdoor ready. Stop by their full-service archery pro shop and check out their wide selection of firearms. And while you're there, sign up for their weekly concealed weapon classes. You can find it all at greenacresporting.com.
Jacksonville is my hometown, and nobody knows roofing like me. I'm Ronnie, the owner of Brandon Roofing. We handle everything from repairs to full roof replacements, start to finish. We give honest quotes, use quality materials, and clean up like we were never there. We all look at Google reviews, so go ahead and check out ours. We're proud of all our 5-star ratings. I would say we treat you like family, but some people don't like theirs. Go to brandonroofing.com today to schedule your free roof quote.
License number CCC 1328006.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
Jax is more than a city, beaches, suburbs, or a destination. We're a community that takes care of each other. I'm former Jaguar Tom McManus. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling is dedicated to serving you with respect and integrity. From estate cleanouts to furniture and appliance removal, we handle it all. Call 506-1256 for your free estimate today. We're here for you. We're veteran-owned and operated. J-Dog Junk Removal and Hauling.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since '87.
Back here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM in the city of Jacksonville. We are glad you are with us. What a huge Labor Day weekend of college football we had. There were some surprises. There were some upsets. There was some head scratching. And now we decompress from that and look forward to what should be another exciting weekend of college football here in the as the college football season gets underway. With all that, my buddy Brent Beard, you see him locally on First Coast News And you also get him weekly right here on Hacker After Dark. Mr. Beard, how are you, sir?
Well, I'm doing okay. We won't have the pizzazz, shall we say, in this week that we had last week, but with it being opening week, I understand that. I wish college football would do something, and I understand why they can't, but or won't. But I mean, the Thursday through Monday thing was just fabulous, frankly, and it's a shame they either can or won't do something similar to that at another point during the season. But it certainly went a long way to get people ready for another season, and we're happy it's here.
Well, Brent, let's dive right in. Florida State beats Alabama. I texted you during that game on Saturday. I'm not sure how good Florida State is. I'm also not sure how bad Alabama looked. Maybe equal measures of both. You're a Crimson Tide alum. I would have to think they are fuming about Kalen DeBoer right now.
Well, they're certainly not happy with that performance by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, they just, instead of making something happen, they just reacted, and they didn't react, frankly, real well. Look, I mean, I give them credit for going outside of Tuscaloosa to play, but it was very obvious after the first drive, and they really looked good on the first drive. I mean, it was over 18 minutes and basically about 20 plays, but then after that it just went downhill, frankly. So, and as people broke this down, Florida State has one composite five-star recruit on their roster. Alabama has 14.
Wow.
So that's something to be very concerned about. Alabama, for whatever reason, which is just inexplicable, they weren't ready to play, and they thought they were going to win the game very easily. And the problem is Kalen DeBoer right now in his last 8 games is 4-4. So that is not good by any stretch of imagination. But again, Florida State deserves a lot of credit. They were ready to play, and they basically took the game over, kept it within a touchdown or more. Frankly, I thought Florida State was better on the offensive and defensive line than Alabama was. Tommy Castellanos. Now, the numbers weren't great, but what he did was really effective, and when he did, he was 9 of 14 for 152 yards, another 78 yards on the ground. But, I mean, the reality is they had like 230 on the ground. Alabama had 87. If you're looking for one stat to tell the difference in the game, it was that one.
You see Brent Beard on First Coast News. You also get him weekly right here on Hacker After Dark, and there is absolutely no question Florida State outplayed Alabama, Florida State outcoached Alabama, and Florida State deserved to win that game, and I never thought I would have said that as we previewed this game a week ago. Miami, Notre Dame, Brent, back and forth battle. Miami gets up by 2 scores. Notre Dame comes back in the fourth quarter to tie it. Give Carson Beck and the Hurricanes credit. I'll say this, though, about Mario Cristobal. I thought he was insane, what he did in the final 90 seconds. I mean, making Notre Dame call 3 timeouts, okay. But then you're basically got 1:08 to go, and you're succumbing to the realization that he's settling for a 47-yard field goal. Now, the kid made it, all right? So everything's right with the world. If that kid doesn't make that kick and Notre Dame comes down and wins the game, Cristobal would be getting obliterated right now. But that's why we talk about football is a game of inches.
Yeah, it is. There's no doubt about it. And Beck did pretty well. 206 yards, 2 touchdowns, 20 of 31. So he deserves some credit for that. C.J. Daniels, the wide receiver, I mean, the one-handed 20-yard touchdown was a thing of beauty, was it not?
Well, the crazy part about that would have been picked if he didn't catch that.
It would have been.
The DB was just waiting for the ball, and Daniels made a heck of a play.
Oh, yeah, he did. And they had some other guys who played well. Keontae Scott, the defensive back, was very dependable, had a tackle and a couple of pass breakups on the defensive line. Justin Scott forced a fumble by Malachi Fields. That made a big difference in the game, too. Malachi Tony at wide receiver. What a great pass that back through to him. And listen, maybe the star on Sunday night was Reuben Bain. You remember Reuben Bain with all the publicity? Hack got hurt basically in the Florida game, really didn't do a whole lot. 6 tackles, half a sack, 3 quarterback pressures. If you're a Miami fan, you really were glad to see him back in the fold.
And the ACC was darn lucky for the wins from Florida State and Miami, because the rest of the conference, yuck. North Carolina, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Clemson. It was overall not a good week for the ACC, but they got 2 marquee victories from the 2 Florida schools that kind of saved them a little bit. Brent, as we look ahead to this week, let's go to Florida first. I don't know how much we learned about the Gators last week. Long Island is just not a good football team, and I get it. They had to find a replacement for FAMU, but good grief, man. That was a bad game to watch. Florida dominated the way they should. I thought Tramel Jones, the kid from Mandarin, as DJ Lagway's backup, was one of the bigger stories in the game. They welcome in USF now, and I wasn't thinking much about this contest up until last Thursday before USF put an absolute number on Boise State. I mean, how concerned should Florida be about USF coming in on Saturday afternoon?
Well, I think the great thing about this is it really gets their attention now. Yeah, you're right. That's a 4:15 kick. Thankfully, it's not a noon kick with weather in the 90s, but USF 34-7 in that win over Boise State. Look, Boise State's a decent team. So now Florida's never lost to South Florida. That they haven't played obviously every year, but look, I know it wasn't perfect, but 55 points in your opener, regardless of who it is. Lagway 15 of 18 for 120 and 3 touchdowns. That was interesting, but all the way around, I mean, Florida did some good things. And look, I'm with you. The Jones kid from Mandarin really did well. And look, the surprising thing is, Hack, they thought, as a freshman, they thought he would be way down the pecking order. Instead, he really stepped up as a number 2 quarterback, got some valuable time. And look, you and I both know, I really appreciate Lagway and what he does, but he also has a tendency to get injured. They need a backup for him who's very capable. And look, we know the competition, but Jones looked it, didn't he?
He did. And I'll tell you what's, I won't say sad. That's probably not the right word. But, every time DJ Lagway takes a hit, you kind of hold your breath, right? Every time he goes to the ground, you kind of hold your breath. I mean, when you see him out there after making a good throw, you see him walking down to celebrate, he just doesn't look spry. I don't know what the correct verbiage is, but if you're a Gator fan, you're in that situation now where you just constantly have to worry about Lagway's health, so you're going to need a guy that emerges, and it looks like Tramel Jones may be that guy.
Yeah, and he did fine. Frankly, Jones was impressive. Now, again, you consider the competition 12 of 18 from 131 with that, 6 of 10 with the wide receivers. But he spread the ball out well. That made a difference. But, again, the competition ramps up. They've certainly got to win a game this weekend, although to your point, and it's a good one, they can't look past anybody right now is the reality of it, particularly with the gauntlet that they've got coming up. We'll certainly talk about that next week more, but overall, I mean, to have Billy back as basketball coach getting an award and the excitement and to have the thing as a sellout, it's good to see, but your point's a good one. They've got, look, I know you don't want to put him in a suit of armor, but they've got to be careful with Lagway, don't they?
They do. Florida USF. You'll hear the game right here on 1010XL Saturday afternoon at 4:15. Brent, we got 90 seconds. Leave us with this. The first SEC game of the year takes place on Saturday. Kentucky and Ole Miss. Ole Miss will be looking for a little bit of revenge. Remember, Kentucky went into Oxford last year and beat them. First conference game of the year. Who do you like between the Wildcats and the Rebels?
Well, it'd be hard not to pick Ole Miss. I mean, Ole Miss, they weren't perfect, but they kind of came close. Austin Simmons was pretty sharp, wide receiver at quarterback, throwing for 341 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Harrison Wallace had 5 catches for 130 yards. But again, Kentucky, to their credit, has got a bit of maybe a better team than we thought. I mean, I don't think they're great, and this is a game I don't think they'll win. But I give Mark Stoops credit for hanging in there, beating Toledo. Toledo is a decent football team. So, and they really did turn the roster over with Zach Calzada as Kentucky's quarterback. Heck, if people haven't heard, yes, the former A&M quarterback who now is probably about 28 to 30 years old.
Yeah, and it's like his 9th team. It seems like that guy's been everywhere, no question about it. And again, Kentucky did go into Oxford last year and beat Ole Miss, so who knows? That's the first conference game of the year that will kick off this Saturday. You get Brent Beard on First Coast News. You also get him weekly right here on Hacker After Dark. Brent, enjoyed it, my friend, and we got a big one next week between Florida and LSU. We'll preview it next Tuesday, pal.
We'll look forward to it. Big wins for Tennessee and South Carolina. Oklahoma, Michigan is going to be really good this week, too. Missouri had a nice win on Thursday night. So we'll be plenty to talk about next week, young man.
And thank you to my buddy Brent Beard. You see him locally on First Coast News. You also get him weekly right here on Hacker After Dark as we are getting set for another college football weekend. USF and Florida, a 4:15 kick down in Gainesville. You will hear the game right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. We got our first SEC game of the year, Ole Miss and Kentucky. The big game nationally, Michigan and Oklahoma. So I hope everybody enjoys a big weekend of college football. Certainly spent some time on that, but obviously it was mostly about the National Football League. We are now inside of 72 hours from the Jaguars and the Panthers. Sunday, 1 o'clock. You'll hear the game right here on 1010XL. Of course, the NFL season is underway as Dallas and Philadelphia going at it as Philadelphia unveiled the banner tonight of their world championship from back in February. Well, that will just about do it, man. Crazy, crazy busy Thursday night edition here of Hacker After Dark. We certainly appreciate you guys hanging out with us on 1010XL and on 92.5 FM. We have a ton of people to thank. My buddy Brent Beard, you see him locally on First Coast News. You also get him weekly right here on Hacker After Dark. Thank you to Chris McLean, WFNZ up in Charlotte, North Carolina. He's our guy when it comes to the Carolina Panthers, and we got the Panthers perspective from Chris McLean on this matchup Sunday here in Jacksonville. Also, thank you to my buddy Cecil Shorts, former wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars. You get him every week during the season here on Hacker After Dark, and we look forward to spending another football season weekly with Cecil Shorts. I was also inside the Jaguar locker room, had one-on-one conversations with running back Bashel Tootin, defensive lineman Austin Johnson, and tight end Johnny Munt. and certainly appreciate those guys for taking time out to join us here on Hacker After Dark. Now, a couple of housekeeping items. This is the final Hacker After Dark of the week. Tomorrow night, Hacker After Dark, of course, turns in to the Friday Night Lights. I invite you to join Dylan Denmark and myself for the Friday Night Lights postgame. We will be on following Bowles and St. Augustine, and after Bishop Kenny to Coy Creek. Should start right about 9:30 or so tomorrow night on the radio side. I also do invite you to join me on the streaming side tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Justin Barney and myself, the collaboration with Channel 4 and 1010XL, Friday Night Lights on 4 Plus and 1010XL. You can check us out on the social media platforms here at 1010XL and on the social media channels of Channel 4, as Justin Barney and I will be reacting to high school games in real time as they are happening, beginning at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Tomorrow morning, Dylan Denmark and I will have the Gator Bites podcast for you. That'll air on the 1010XL social media channels beginning a little after 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then, of course, Sunday, the Jaguars and the Panthers. You'll hear the game right here on 1010XL. Pre-game coverage will begin at 8 a.m. I will be with you 2 hours after the Jaguars and the Panthers go final, along with the Pro Bowler Leon Searcy and the coach Gerald Ingram, as we will bring you the season debut of the fifth quarter, live from Hurricane Grill and Wings in San Marco. Again, 2 hours after Jacksonville and Carolina go final. We invite you to join us live on location for the fifth quarter, or certainly listen to us here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM, and hopefully we will be celebrating a 1-0 start for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Dylan Denmark was your producer tonight. Dylan, great job as always. I'm the hacker, Ryan Green. And again, Jacksonville, thank you for spending not only your Thursday night with us, but your entire week with us here on Hacker After Dark. As we always tell you, and we cannot possibly tell you enough how much we